I'm here because I have a really important message to share with you. I want to share with you how you can achieve absolutely anything you want. And I want to share this inspiration I want to be to you in harmony, or embed this in a personal story I experienced with my family. And I want to give you some tools also you can apply to just, create an more awesome life. Before I go there, I just would like to briefly introduce myself. I'm here with my family. Some guys have seen me with my family already. We have 5 kids. We travel the world on an ongoing base. We have a base in Costa Rica. Thank you. And I would always like to call it like we have true freedom. We have freedom. We don't have a home. We don't have a car. We don't have furniture. We don't have too many belongings at all. In fact, we're here with 2 suitcases among 7 people. So we are really light, and we're constantly letting go. We are professionals in letting go. And I liked what Vision was sharing yesterday about hacking. We are hacking everything. We're questioning everything there is on Earth, and just really reshape the reality the way we want it and the way we think it's just no better. So I'm together with my wife since 17 years. We have those 5 kids together, and we change the world. That's what we do. On the one hand, we provide information about natural health and healing, plant-based diet, eating veganism, organic, locally, seasonal. That's something I'm very, very passionate about. And on the other hand, I'm also because we have been coming so successfully with that sharing with the world and making also good money and helping so many people. We reach millions of people that people have been asking me about, how do you live that lifestyle, travel around the world with the kids and touch so many lives? How do you get so hundreds of thousands of fans and followers and millions of clicks? How do you do that? And so people ask me to become a business coach. And now I'm helping heart-based people, awesome people like you, to get started sharing their passion with a huge audience online so we can together just change the world. That's what I signed up for, and this is what I'm here for you today. However, and this is my story now, which will then hopefully, and I trust, inspire you. It has not always been like this. We have been, just some years ago, we lived in England to do homeschooling in peace with our kids. We worked 3 jobs. I worked a job at night shift in a home for elderly people. My wife worked 2 jobs during the day in a health food store, in an organic clothing store. And we were desperate, man. We didn't see each other. We were broke. We had additional support from the government because we couldn't feed our kids with 3 jobs working 24/7 almost. We couldn't afford to buy proper food. Organic food is important for us. We were really we were so broke and we were desperate. And the worst thing was that we envisioned that it would be going on for the rest of our days, So there was no improvement inside. So this is why I feel stuck. We were stuck. We were stuck in this life, in this red race, in this 9-to-5 red race. And this is, by the way, my family. I forgot the slides for those who haven't met you. And we were stuck with that. And we desperately wanted to change, but we didn't know how. And then very frequently, while my wife was working in the health food store, people ask us about, about the plant-based diet, the raw food we were eating with our family, getting some advice from us. And this, after the 20th, 30th person asked us, we just started a website called The Raw Food Family. And pretty soon, a lot of people followed us because I was really passionate just about educating parents, about educating individuals, how to heal eating more organic, healthy, raw foods, avoid sugar, white sugar, avoid gluten, avoid meat, no alcohol. That's at least my take. I had the best parties not being drunk. I know you don't like, because it was all about getting shots in the evening and stuff. So you can have so much fun. That's another belief I'd love for you to hack. You don't have to get shots to have an awesome time. It's not necessary. You can be so much. Well, anyway, we get started online, and then people ask us to share recipes. What do you eat if you eat raw foods or healthy foods? So we created a recipe book. We successfully sold that, and we slowly built a business. However, it was really slow. But, and this is my inspiration to you guys, we decided from England to just let go of everything we ever owned there, and to move to Costa Rica. Our business was doing you have Tika. We have one Tika here in the room from Costa Rica. Our business did not justify that stuff. It was insanity. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. Our business was making a couple of $100 a month. Maybe if we were lucky, like $600, $700, $800 a month on a family of 5 people. Living in England, some guys of England here, this is not a lot of money to feed a family. We decided based on pure faith and trust, to just let go of everything and fly the heck out of the situation and go to Costa Rica and trust that our business would provide for us. That was the biggest step of faith we ever did. And so we sold the car, which was funding the plane ticket. We bought the plane ticket. We went to London Heathrow Airport this one morning. It was in March 2010. It's not that long ago, guys. We were standing there in Heathrow Airport with $500 in our pockets. My wife was pregnant with number 4. We had nowhere to go. There was just one way in going to Costa Rica. And then we wanted to check in, and then the guy or the lady there at the counter told us, well, you're not going to fly to Costa Rica. The passports of the kids are not valid to get ESTA. We had to go through the United States, and I don't want to go into that too deep, but we were not allowed to get on this plane because of passport issues. And man, this was like a bad movie. That was like a nightmare. My wife fainted. On the floor, we were like screaming. We were begging on our knees. Honestly, I was calling New York immigration. Said, guys, please let us on this plane. We need to go there. There was no way. I saw the plane took off without us. And the best part was, it was non-refundable flight tickets. We didn't afford to save so the money was gone. It was like $5,000, $6,000, which was so much money for us back in the day. We were standing with $500, London Heathrow Airport, nowhere to go, and my wife, I was afraid of my wife because she was so out of her mind, And then, I will not forget this. This was my little son, Yaro. He's holding his little sister here. He looked me in the eye and he said to me, Daddy, don't you worry. We're going to get to Costa Rica. And he said this with so much strength and with so much heart that cheered me up for some reason. It cheered me up. And so we just get into a hotel and paid, half of the $500 were gone for the hotel night. And I was just sitting there like, biting my nails. What can we do? How can we make this happen? And I did, which was for me the unthinkable. You have to see that I never had support from my family. I always took also pride in that almost, so that I could always take care of my family myself. We were doing like homeschooling. We were doing like this vegan diet, plant-based. We were letting go of our secure jobs to go in a new country with no money whatsoever. Our parents could not understand, and I have total understanding for that. I've been not talking in years to my father. They also not have really a lot of money or something. So I've never got support from my father, and there was no connection whatsoever. And I did the unthinkable. I called up this night my father and did what was like, I could never have imagined to do that. I called him and said, Daddy, please, for the love of God, I never ask anything of you. I never ask anything. We always did take care of ourselves. But for once in my lifetime, please, Daddy, help us. I need you to borrow me that money so I can fly my family the heck out of the situation. And I'm afraid Katie, my wife, has a miscarriage. Please help us, please. And my daddy, he didn't even blink with his eye. He just said, I'm going to help your son. Where do I have to transport the money to? You see what happens if you're willing to get so uncomfortable, manifesting your dream, getting over this thing that you're afraid the most, that is standing between you and your goal. If you just go there, magic can happen. And I told my daddy, this is great, thank you so much, but it's not going to work that way. If the person who purchased the plane tickets is not the one who's taking the plane tickets, you have to show up at the gate tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. We couldn't afford to be longer in that hotel. And he said, no worries, I'm going to pack my stuff together, I'm going to get to the train station, fly over to London, and see you there. 4 a.m. the next morning, my father was at London Heathrow Airport, and we were flying out of London. And to the day, I paid every dime back with interest, with all the travel expenses. We have the most amazing relationship. I'm very much looking forward to seeing him this summer in Germany. This healed the relationship I had so bad for years with my father. And it transformed the life of me, of my kids, of so many people we could touch after that, because from there on, really our life took off. And now we have all the freedom, all the financial freedom we ever need to do good things with the world. So this is my story, and the inspiration here is, again, guys, if you're just willing to do what is absolutely necessary, if you get into the thing that you fear the most, I've seen this in my own life, but also with clients I help with, magic can happen, truly. So you just have to be willing to get really uncomfortable, and sometimes you have to get real down to get to this point, which for me was being, in London Heathrow Airport. But now I would like to, if we can do this, coming from social poverty, having like slave jobs, no education, no rich parents, and now having a life that is so awesome, changing the world, what the fuck can you achieve? So I have 7 rules I applied in our life, and I would like to give to you now to achieve absolutely anything you want in your life. So number 1, you got to do something you're absolutely passionate about. You got to love what you're doing. You should not have a job that just pays well or gives you fame or any of that crap. That's not what in the end counts, is that you do something your heart is calling you for. You feel very strongly about. That's the essence of creating a fulfilled life. And you want to only create abundance and fame with something you love. You want to be loved for who you are and not for who you think you have to be. So you have to be passionate about what it is that you do, number 1. Number 2, you have to believe it's possible. You have to believe your dreams. Don't listen to your parents, to all the people around you. They will all talk you out of it. I've been there so many times. People are going to talk you out of that. You got to believe that it's possible. You got to believe that you are meant to do something more. So it's not just, it's nice to think about it, but you really got to, again, affirm, and it's like a ping pong game in your head, Some part will tell you it's not possible, and you just have to move into your gut again and believe it's possible. Then anything can be achieved. Number 3, you have to look forward, not backward. The sentence I always like to share here is like, do not allow the person you have been yesterday to define the person you want to be tomorrow. You see, don't live a life looking in the back mirror of your car while you're driving. It's dangerous, man. You're gonna hit something in front of you. So you gotta allow yourself, the thoughts you think today, the feelings you have today, they're gonna shape your reality tomorrow. We've heard from other speakers about that, and it's so true. I was envisioning myself traveling the world with my family, having financial abundance, doing something with meaning, while I was totally broke, not even able to buy food for my family, and having this shitty job there. I knew it's going to happen. So you got to look forward to where you want to go. This is also a really crucial point. The next one is you need to be allowing yourself to get support. Don't do this by yourself. All the speakers you're going to see here, nobody of them has doing it by themselves. So you have to allow, in various different ways, to get support from people you love, but also from professionals. And there again, for me, investing in something, being so broke, it was like we took a loan basically to start the business, And that was so fearsome because you just don't know if this is really going to work out. You have to trust, man. If you think this is the right direction, go for it. Get support. The next thing is that you have to check your relationships. While the path that we are all in here, creating more beauty and abundance in our life, is a path of transformation, of drastic transformation. So there will be people close to you right now who cannot follow you. You're showing a mirror to them about what can be achieved. They're uncomfortable with that. They want to keep you where you are. Parts of yourself want to keep you where you are. So you have to find, this is what we're here in Awesomeness for, aren't we? To find new friends. Yeah. So this is very important. You have to be willing to let go. Either way, you recalibrate friendships. You take your friends with you. And if it's not possible, you will have to just let go. Okay, and find new friends. Trust there's always new. This is why it's so easy for us to let that go, because I just know there's an affirmation that served us very well. Why we never hold on to stuff. We just, I just have barely, some more clothes like I have on my body. I just know when I need new clothes or something, I'm just gonna buy them, or they're gonna just be there. Or when I need something, it's just gonna be there. I'm gonna buy it or get it, or I'm gonna manifest it. And then if I don't need it, I just let it go. It's the worst thing you can do, always to try to hold on to things by thinking, oh, they might come handy at times. That's the worst thing. And then those things will gonna end up in your cellar and in the attic and everywhere, and you're gonna be cluttered. And how do you expect to get new things in your life if your lab is full with old stuff? Think about that. Gotta be willing to let go. And the last thing, and this is really tied to the story, you gotta be willing to move into your fear. And this is really a difficult one. Most often it only happens if you get so uncomfortable, if you suffer so much that the fear is not holding you back anymore. To me, I always like this because we've been doing this so often. The sleep going to Costa Rica back in the time, I can't think of something more, I would be more, being here on stage I was afraid for. But now I'm here, now I'm here. So I see really, I embrace, if something is, oh, hello fear, hello my friend, come on, let's give you a hug. That's a nice way of seeing it, embrace your fear and just move along with it and move into it, and it's going to transform. This is just how it works. And the last one, of course, we said this before, I just want to highlight, is about being grateful. If you want to achieve more beauty and abundance in your life, you got to be willing to find reasons today you're grateful for today. If you're only thinking about, I want to achieve that, which says like I'm unhappy here where I am right now, you're going to create more of what you're unhappy about. So you got to be willing to find reasons you're grateful for today. And if it's just the sunlight on your skin or having great company, being at this awesome event, gratefulness is the most transformational power there is on earth. Okay, these were my 7 rules, and I have to end my talk. It's really a short talk. I would like you all to stand up for me. Please don't let me alone. It's the first time I'm doing this, so please stand up. It's just a little exercise. I want you to close your eyes for now and take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes, and I want you to connect. I want you to connect with your dream, with what it is that makes you feel better. And if you don't know this precisely, I would like you just to connect with the possibility, with the direction your dream is unfolding. So you don't have to know it precisely, but just connect with the feeling of having more meaning in your life, having all the abundance, being able to do what you want to do because you want it and not because it's cheap, to touch lives, to change lives. Where would you be waking up? What would you be doing? Feel into this, sink into this feeling, connect with it, be that feeling, and now expand from there. Trust and know that the person next to you, to the right and to the left, to the front and the back, is in the similar space. If I get this video up on YouTube, we will have 10,000s of people watching right now, being in the same space. We're all connected with our dreams, with our hopes, with something that makes us feel good. You there, guys? Now, I would like you to open up your eyes again, and I would like you to cheer loudly. Do you think that this is possible?
Yeah!
Yeah! Whoa, good. Legs again. Good. Do you feel awesome?